Hi, Andy here with Competitive Edge Hockey and the VISYN app, and I would like to talk to you today essentially about how Squirts can take advantage of the course that we have. So we are providing this app to the Squirts in the association, and really it was designed around kids who have a strong wrist shot and are at a stage where they should be making that transition to a snapshot. But realistically, that is probably in most cases going to be a transition that's made around peewees. So Squirts would be a little early for that. And the question then becomes, if Squirts are using it, how do they take advantage of it to get the most effect out of it for where they're at as a shooter? And then potentially, and then I'll lead into this, where they're headed as a shooter. So essentially, the snapshot we use is designed to be an on-ramp to shooting using a snapshot for a player that is strong enough and heavy enough and has a handle on overall technique. But this does not mean that a shooter whose body isn't necessarily ready for a snapshot cannot use the instructional information, the mental imagery exercises, etc. that's provided here. It just means that we probably need to translate it to a more useful form for the Squirt skater. So let's talk briefly about the type of snapshot that's included in the app. It is a basic snapshot, and one could call it a sweep snapshot. And the idea here is that within the snapshot motion, and particularly at the beginning, that puck is being swept on a line from somewhere kind of behind the skater towards the target. And then the shooter will lose contact with that puck and then reconnect in the snap release. And that's where the snap comes, is kind of in that reconnection after losing contact with the puck. Creates a quick release, creates more velocity, allows the shooter to generate flex. But this means that essentially the only difference between this shot and a wrist shot is losing contact with the puck after starting that motion. So if a shooter uses all the same cues that we provide, and the videos, as you may have seen or will see, are pretty rich in these cues. If you use those same cues with the exception of losing contact with the puck, it's going to create a very effective wrist shot. So for a Squirt, this course really has a two-pronged approach to trying to get the most benefit. The first prong is to use the motion and the cues, as we've talked about, while ignoring the losing contact with the puck that you see in a snapshot, and apply those to the shooter's wrist shot. So you just use those as if they're learning about the wrist shot without losing contact with the puck. The second part of the two-pronged approach would be to anticipate where you're headed as a shooter. Remember the snapshot because you're going to be working on it within 1 to 2 years, generally, as a Squirt. So again, thank you for watching. Hopefully that helps understand how a Squirt can take advantage of this course that we've provided and kind of use it to the best effect given where they're at as a shooter and as a skater.